Hey guys and girls, Nathan Birch here from B.Invested, just out and about on the streets, and thought I'd show off some interesting stuff, and just stuff that, might give you some value, may be able to learn something from. We've got a house being knocked over there to be rebuilt. We're out in what I would have once called Sydney's worst suburb. No offence to anybody that lives here. I've spent a lot of time, in the areas, buying properties, investing, contributing back to the community, employing people from here, whatever. But here we've got, here's a little park. You've got kids playing in the park today and stuff like that. Going back in the day, kids would play knock and run in this area, and basically when you don't answer the door, that house there was one that was burnt down. I know this area intimately, street by street. I nearly bought half these blocks of land. So this house here, I bought the land for $55,000 and got scared of buying it, so I pulled out. That house would probably sell for about $700,000 a day. There's another one there. Basically, as you can see, this area is a bit of a rough sort of looking area with 6-foot high colour-bond fences covered in graffiti. Back in the day, people would knock on the door. If you don't answer it, they'll just burn your house down. They wouldn't care. They'll just burn your house down. The little kids, the parents give them no, care, or they come from bad families that aren't doing the best, whatever. And there was a lot of violence. Like, obviously we can still see that there's cars that are parked in the front yards of people's houses and stuff like that. But this area has cleaned up a lot. From where I'd see a lot of people with mullets, VL Commodores always say this sort of stuff. It was a rough sort of area. I think there's a house in this street currently on the market for $550,000. I just was on realestate.com. I'm not driving here for any specific reason, but I just realised we ended up here. I think that house there, which we'll come back to in a moment, in here, I remember getting caught into a cul-de-sac like this one day and seeing 6 burnt-out cars in the area. And this is in Sydney. This is where Struggle Street got shot. The video. So these houses, one of those houses on the market for $550,000 or $570,000 at the moment. I remember people used to laugh at me. I was picking up houses here for $110,000, $120,000, renovating them. They'd be burnt out or whatever. But I was picking up stuff for $120,000, $110,000, renovating them for $50,000. And I used to do the hard work. And nowadays I've found out how to be a smarter older dog with grey hair, but it is what it is. But if this market going back 6 years ago, people were telling me that that area will never go up, right? And that's when these properties were selling for $180,000 to $200,000, and I made lots and lots of millionaires out in this area because they followed my advice and did what I was doing, and we invested and made money for our clients. And it's something that the prices have gone up a lot. There is still opportunities out there. Am I buying this stuff today? Occasionally I might buy something like this, but it's not really on the top of my list. This one here, Bass Place, someone's drawn over and it's now Arse Place, but it's an interesting area. But when you see people being house proud, you're buying in an affordable area. I remember people saying, why would you want to buy in Mount Druitt or buy in these areas for $150,000 or whatever, and you want to buy in a nice area like the North Shore or whatever? If I look at these things that I picked up for $120,000, $150,000, $180,000, they've tripled or quadrupled in price over the last couple of years. And it's something that there's always opportunity out there. Would I buy this stuff today? As I said beforehand, occasionally I buy it. I think the prices have gone up a lot. I would not be buying a house out here for $550,000. Let me tell you that. For $550,000, what I would be buying is a block of land in a nice family area, like that big bulk deal we've done in Newcastle. Be building a house on it, brand new house in a very safe area for 250, 280, 300,000, and being into a brand new 4-bedroom home, house and land for 550 that's worth 750. That is the sort of stuff that I'd be investing my 550,000 into. But if someone was to give me one of these for 350 today, I'd probably buy it because I know that it's good value. But there is other areas, as a part of people's foundation portfolios. I do occasionally buy properties that are in areas like this, but in other states, whether it be, in Gold Coast or Brisbane. Areas like this do exist, where I can pick up houses in Brisbane for like, 250 grand. I can pick up townhouses and villas for 180,000, which is better than this area where I'd be talking about like that. But, the same thing's going to occur. It's naturally that, the riffraff gets pushed out, the prices rise. You might be feeling like you don't know which way in a portfolio, because you see me put videos of stuff like this and stuff that's like, the brand new homes that we're building in luxury areas and stuff like that. But the reality of it is that there's different opportunities for different, people in line with the goals. If I look here behind this colorbond fence, this timber fence, colorbond fence thing here, this house here with the door open there, that's one of my properties. I bought that thing for 170,000 or 180,000. I just spoke to an agent recently, and he said that I would get for that property, which is here, probably about 550,000. I think I'll keep this one because it's got enough room in the front yard for me to build a second house on it. I paid 170, let's say 180. I get $330 per week rent on it. It looks after itself. I owe next to nothing on it. I'll build another house on it. I'll get another $300 a week. It might cost me, I might even do one of those removable houses and drop on it and get it built for like 60, 70,000. I'll have 2 houses there. They'll probably be worth 750, 800 for both of them, and pina coladas in the Bahamas. So if you feel that you've missed the boat, there will always be opportunity there. There's always opportunity. I just wish that I could somehow have bought back in the day like these blocks of units and whole. There's lots of regrets in this area, lots and lots of regrets in this area and all these areas for the opportunities that I didn't have a big enough set of balls to take action on the day. And I see investors make those sort of mistakes, still make those mistakes in the current market. And I think the only way of learning is to either educate yourself or go and take action or learn from other people that have made those mistakes. And that's why I find it very important to just say things as they are, as they're to be seen, and it's up for you to take your decision on which way you want to go. But money's out there to be made in the market, and with it, the question I ask you is what opportunities can you make in 2017? How can you make money in 2017? How can you invest in 2017? How can you improve what you're doing in 2017 to set yourself, your family, and those that you care about up for the rest of your life so you can live life on your terms? If you need help on that front, I encourage you to share and like and watch all the other videos, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you do have questions, you can call us on 1300 367 925, where my team are all property investors themselves, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction to make sure that you don't cause havoc and have regrets in your future. We'll catch up soon. Have an awesome day.